thing I did notice several people do have backpacks. We're going to put a lot of people into a very small space. It is recommended you take it off, leave it at your feet for the flight up and the flight back down. You'd be surprised how much more elbow room it actually gives you in the car. The next thing is you issue 2 sets of tickets. One is for your flight up, the other one's for your flight back down. When you're ready to come back down, there's a podium like this one right in the center of the upper terminal. Just talk to the people there, they'll arrange that flight for you to come back down. Just show them your return ticket, they'll arrange that flight. If you have any questions or concerns about your flight coming back down, again, talk to them. They have all the information on the flight coming back down. We've been taking a lot of people up. Folks are starting to get busy going in both directions. We do recommend being in the upper terminal about 8 or 10 minutes before your flight to guarantee you don't miss your flight coming back down. If you were to miss your flight, it could be several flights before we can get you back in. Particularly a large group, 1 or 2 people, sometimes is not hard to do. Anything above that, sometimes it takes several flights. Particularly if you have other things to do, you don't want to miss the things to schedule other things today, folks. The next thing, if you're going out onto the mountain, it's going to be quite warm in the alpine up there today. We do recommend taking some water with you. It's easy to get dehydrated or altitude sickness. You might feel a little bit faint, a little bit lightheaded, a little bit nauseated. You don't want that to happen to you. Folks, it's not fun for you, it's not fun for us. So make sure you have some water with you if you're going out. If you're feeling any of those symptoms, take a break, have some water. You decide which direction you need to go when you're feeling better, okay? 11. Greater to the top. We're going to start here in a moment. We're just waiting for both our cars to be ready. Once we're ready, we're going to head right up the mountain. On the way up the mountain, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tramway, a little bit about the area. If you have any questions on the way up, just feel free to ask. Now, the Jasper SkyTram does wish to acknowledge that we are on traditional indigenous grounds. Now, they have been used for centuries for a variety of different things, including hunting areas, as gathering places, and also as routes through the mountains themselves. Now, there is an ongoing stewardship with the indigenous people for the preservation and protection of the parks, okay? So, we should be starting any second here now, folks. Now, system. Now, it's often referred to as a reversible tramway. We do only have 2 cars on this system. One car goes up while the other car comes down. Now, we are permanently attached to each other, so one car cannot leave without the other. So as we leave this lower terminal on this side of the building, heading up the mountain, the other car is leaving the upper terminal on the other side of the building, heading down the mountain. When we arrive at the top, they arrive at the bottom. Then we reverse directions and go back and forth, back and forth. We are not like a gondola system. We don't have those many cars that go round and round. We just have the 2 cars that go back and forth. Having said that, we're a little bit more energy efficient because when we stop, our motors stop. Whereas on a gondola system, their cables are constantly going around, constantly using electricity. Now, I realize, folks, it's a little bit crowded on the car here today. We are right in the midst of our summer. There may be some things I point out to you can't quite see on the way up, but when you get to the top on the decks, folks, that's your $1 million view. Now, if you look to the right of the back window, you will see the town of Jasper coming into view. It is in the valley floor. Its elevation is about 1,100 meters. Permanent population in Jasper, we're still saying around 5,000 people. Although with the fire last year, it's probably closer to 4,000 people. But we are expecting most people to rebuild, come back to Jasper, bring it back to that 5,000 person mark. Now, Jasper also has what's known as a ghost population. Now, that can be as much as 1,500 people. It makes up the seasonal workers that you see at a variety of places around town. That's why you hear a variety of different accents, including at this facility here. And in the summer months, with the tourists, we usually go up to about 20 or 25,000 people in the area. Again, because of the fire, we lost a couple hotels, lost quite a bit of camping. If we hit about 15, 18,000 people, that's probably all the capacity we have in the town right now. Now, when we left the lower terminal, we were at an elevation of about 1,300 meters. Now, that's about 200 meters above the valley floor. When we arrive at the top, we're going to be at about 2,300 meters. That's about 200 meters below the summit. That's a 1 kilometer, 1,000 meter vertical lift. Remember that number, folks. And the track that we follow is about 2.2 kilometers in length, and our total time up the mountain from the bottom to the top is about 7.5 minutes. Now, if you've been in Jasper for a day or 2, you may have noticed there's lots of trains that come through town. Jasper is on the main line for the Canadian National Railroad. We can have a train coming through town as often as about every 15 minutes. Now, soon we're going to come up to and pass around the single support tower. It's about 2/5 of the way up the mountain. It's 20 meters tall. As we pass around it, we're actually going to change the angle going up the mountain. Now, we are on a pivot above us. What's going to happen is the car is going to sway a little bit from front to back. So do prepare yourselves for it. Just watch you don't lose your balance. So here we go. That's the push, and that's the release. And that's about as close as we get to a roller coaster, folks. Now, if you look off to my immediate left, you'll see the other set of cables. If you follow them up the mountain and behind me, you'll now see another car coming down. Of course, we are going to pass it at exactly halfway. Our traveling speed today is 6.5 meters per second. That's about 23 kilometers an hour. So when we pass it, it's like passing a car on the highway. You add the two speeds together. So we're going to pass it at a relative speed of about 46 kilometers an hour. Now, it does go by quite quickly, folks. I'd like to give them a little wave as they go by. There they go. Not paying attention to us at all, are they? So since it is a little bit crowded, what I'm going to do is give you a bit of a panoramic view of the mountains. Starting off to my left, to the left of the back window, working my way around the back of the car. That way everybody gets a little bit of a view. Now if you can look to the far left, cutting off the valley about 20 kilometers from here, is the Yellowhead Mountain Range. It's part of the Alberta BC border. It's also part of the Continental Divide. That means that all the waters to the west of it will flow to the Pacific Ocean. All the waters to the east flow either to the Atlantic or the Arctic Ocean. It is part of the spine that goes up and down North America from Alaska all the way down into Mexico. Now from that mountain range almost directly behind us is the Victoria Cross mountain range. A lot of the peaks in that range are named after recipients of the Victoria Cross medal, except notably the last mountain in the range almost directly behind us, aptly named Pyramid Mountain. Now Pyramid Mountain is the tallest mountain in the immediate area that we can see as we go up and down the tram at just under 3,000 meters tall. Again, remember that number, folks. To the right of the back window behind the town of Jasper, the Grey Mountain Range is the Column Mountain Range. To the far right, we have the Maline Mountain Range. The first sloping mountain is Signal Mountain. That first bold-faced mountain is Mount Takara. Now, the mountain range that we are in is called the Trident Mountain Range, and this is the Whistlers with an S. We are not Whistler Mountain in BC, folks. There is no skiing on this mountain. As you can see, the outer shell is made up of very loose rock. We call that loose rock scree. You don't ski on scree, folks. It doesn't make very good ski runs. So we're soon going to come up to and pass above the tree line. Now the tree line on this mountain and in this area is at about 2,100 meters, and about a third of Jasper National Park is actually above the tree line. You'll notice that the last few trees are quite small, quite sparse. The growing season up here is about 60 to 90 days. The little trees grow about 1 millimeter per year. Those little trees are over 200 years old. So above the tree line, we are in an alpine tundra. We have mosses, we have wildflowers. Again, because of that short growing season, it can take as much as 50 years to bloom up here. And we have lichen. Now, lichen is all this black and green, sometimes orange and yellow algae that's attached itself to the rocks. Lichen is very important in the alpine because it's an important food source for the little animals that live up here. So folks, do remember you are in a national park. It is illegal to remove any of the natural features up here or anywhere in the park. As they say, take only photographs, leave only footprints. And we have a bit of a treat today. Again, if you look off to the left, off to the west, you'll see a mountain that looks like somebody's taking a big bite out of it. That's Mount Bridgeland. A little bit farther to the left in the background, completely snow-capped, it's Mount Robson. Mount Robson is the highest point in the Canadian Rockies at 3,951 meters, 12,972 feet. We don't see it very often. About 10% of our running time are about 30 days during our year. We haven't seen it now for a week or so.
Oh,
To give you some perspective, the mountain range in front of it's 20 kilometers away. It's 75 kilometers away, almost 4 times the distance. To give you another perspective, take Pyramid Mountain behind us. Add the distance we've gone up on this tram, 1 kilometer to the top of it, 1,000 meters. That's how tall Mount Robson is. Now we are slowing to come into our upper terminal. In the upper terminal itself, there are washrooms and a gift shop on the main floor. The second floor has our restaurant. Again, it has this nice panoramic view. It does have a nice little menu, folks. Now there are decks on both sides of the building. There are placards on the decks that will explain a little bit more about the area. Go to car 2 side, it'll show you exactly where Mount Robson is. Now, if you are so inclined, you can go off our boardwalk at the back, folks. When you do so, you are off our property, off our leasehold, and we have no jurisdiction back there. You're back completely in Parks Canada land. So your safety and your security is your responsibility and the responsibility of Parks Canada. In other words, walking on the trails back there is like walking on any other trail anywhere else in the park, folks. Just be careful. If something were to happen to you, we can't come out and help you. We inform Parks Canada, they take the appropriate actions, okay? And when you are ready to come down, you can see there is the podium right in the center of the upper terminal. Just talk to the people there, they'll arrange that side. Yeah. Watch yourself along the door there, folks. It will slide to the inside of the car. Watch your fingers and toes there. Watch your step, enjoy your time on the mountain.